Honorable Smart Adeyemi had 311 votes. Honorable Sanusi Ohaire had 424 votes. Stephen Ikani Osheni had 552 votes. Shuaibu Abubakar Audu had 763 votes. Abubakar Yahaya Ashimugu had 1,159 votes. Salami Momodu Zigi had 1,506 votes. And Ahmed Usman Ododo had 78,704 votes. Wow. Meaning that Ahmed Usman Ododo had the majority of lawful votes in these governorship primary elections that took place yesterday. Against this background, therefore, by the powers conferred on the committee by virtue of Article 19 of the APC guidelines for the nomination of candidates for general elections 2003, I, Honorable Patrick Obayabon, Secretary of the Primary Election Committee for Kogi State, on behalf of the Chairman, His Excellency Governor Bello Matawalle, and members of the committee here present, hereby declare that Ahmed Usman Ododo, having scored the majority of lawful votes cast at the direct primary election conducted on the 14th day of April 2003 in Kogi State, is hereby declared as winner of the APC Kogi State primary election 2023. And the aforesaid Ahmed Usman Ododo is herewith, hereby, and heretofore returned as the duly elected governorship candidate of the APC.
That's Kogi. Now let's come to the heart of tonight's conversation. As we were on Mayegun's Diary Politico last night, so was Fashola. Fashola Isale Eko, Barack Obama, or Ajangbadi, Albert Einstein. In fact, you can even call him, or in fact, he is the Nigeria Minister of Darkness, potholes, and homelessness. The man that said, because Uruntus, Bantueyos are those in charge of Nigeria, that is why Nigeria has no electricity. Listen, what is power? What is megawatt? It is like putting together your 10 or 100, I better pass my neighbor engine. And you can use that to generate 1 megawatt electricity. Even if you won't clap for me. Because when they said it, right, this is what happened in that hall. It's okay. That was when he became engineer Fashola. This person go be a very good use for Bokwari when Bokwari become president of Nigeria. So they call him super minister. He's a lawyer. He is also a son, like Festus Otobokeyamo. Now, fraudster Otobokeyamo, that has now changed the SAN, senior advocate of nuisance, senior advocate of a nonsense, or whatever. Some are calling them Sanfili now, or Sand, and the rest. They brought that supposed honorable legal title, senior title, SAN, to ridicule. Fashola became minister of power. And for the first time since them born me, Nigeria national grid has never collapsed. And this is not even like a fun or a lie. It's not. The first time that Nigeria national grid collapsed in history was in 1984. The moment Bokuwari came on. I was born in 1984, Sha, but waiting I know. Waiting baby know. Around that time. So I didn't know. I had to read it in history. Guess who was in charge of Nigeria then? Yeah, exactly. Bokuwari, Mumadu. Bokuwari, the lifeless mannequin inside the asshole rock. The only time in my lifetime that I witnessed the national grid of Nigeria collapsing. It collapsed again. 30 years after Bokuwari first collapsed it. And guess who was the minister of power or minister of darkness? Of course, Ajangbadi Albert Einstein. The man that can tell a lot. You know, before now, right? Before now, people don't know that all it takes to be a superstar in Nigeria is just because Nigeria is filled with mediocres, thieves. Here you get. All you have to do is just put 1, 2, 3, 6 1 here, then amplify it. Red line, blue line, something where they never complete. But the way they will amplify, it's a great city. Eco Atlantic. Okay, what happened in Eco Atlantic? It is a PPP project, federal government and some other private people projects. You know, concern Lagos State, other than saying de Lagos State. Hey, have you been to Mushin? Have you been to that same, all this stinking, dirty Lagos? We didn't know that. I mean, I they thank my generation. I don't say easy, especially all of you where they 50 and above. The last time I said something like that, some of you took it personal. Hey, Mayegun, I am 50 years old. I am 55 years old, and I don't condemn the young people. In fact, I believe in them. I support them. But Mama, it not be everything you go to take personal. You know who I'm talking to. Once we put everything like, if you are already with us, even though you are in your 50s, in your 60s, in your 70s, and right now you are giving us every support. I say, yes, my son, continue. So you get, that's what we want you to do. Okay, but you also know that today, one of the things they are accusing us of is that we don't get respect. Forgetting the fact that we have respect for those who have shown respect to us. We are not dumb. That is what these people who are in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, who are supporting the status quo, that's what you are not getting. Hello? When you are in our own age, when you were in your 20s, 30s, now only few of you who actually really had interest in knowing things went into researches and all of that to acquire knowledges. Today, my generation and the generation after me, they don't need that your certificate. They don't need that your degree, this or that anymore. And some of you haven't actually realized that yet. You can't lie to us and tell us to keep quiet. Now, it has gotten to a stage whereby some of us are finding it insulting that a lot of you actually have no real sense. Una not even get more sense per se, apart from the age where they your head. Along, I'm being honest though. So you get, like people in their 50s and 60s, usually they will say, shut up, let them finish. Let the elder finish. But we realize that with this our own age, that they started calling jet age being Kokon, right? Now, everything we need to know is here. Everything you spent your years, some of you had to travel all over the world to acquire this knowledge. Everything is here now. Here. Now, only those who no get interest, they use them to take a snapshot. They do Instagram, Instagram video, TikTok and all. Even those who are using it for TikTok too. Everything is here. You cannot look at that generation and tell them that they are either impatient, they lack patience, right? When they can see their life blowing away in their right on their face, they are watching you blowing away their life, and you are telling them they have no patience. Now you are adding they have no respect. Respect they kill you, Dano. A lot of you have no respect for us. A lot of you don't think that we know more than what you knew when you are our age. And if, in fact, if you had known what you knew, I mean, what we know now, if you knew them then, you probably would have saved us all of this stress. We would probably have been channeling our energy to something more and more, developmental, not detrimental. But when you turn around and you want to throw the card of respect, you want to throw in the card of, get home training, get this or that, and we are looking at you messing up. I mean, messing up. No excuse for it. That moment you have to lose your respect. 100%. Demanding for it actually means that you don't deserve it. Respect is earned. You don't demand for it. Today we now know that Lagos is not actually what they told you it is. Well, not today. We've known that before. Good enough, they had the propaganda in place. And that is why they decided suddenly to unleash those they want to try and use to intimidate the young people. They are using the word like, oh, you are fascist. Oh, you are intolerant. Oh, you are a mob. Oh, you lack respect. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Don't listen to them. Oh, anybody we miss Yan, don't look at them. They don't get sense. Oh, whether they are old men, whether they are the former this or former that. Oh, whether this one is a award-winning here or there. Oh, don't listen to them. All those things are meant to deceive you, to force you into compliance. Fight, push until you frustrate them like you are doing right now. I support it 100%. Don't attack anybody physically. I haven't seen anybody that's been mostly attacked than those who have spoken against the system, the status quo. They will bring this professor, bring that professor, bring that one and that. So they will now dump them on you. You will think they are making sense, but they are not. They are going to struggle. Now, that's another problem. They now know that the younger generation these days, they can actually see through hypocrisy and lies. And that's your useless title, your degree and useless certificate that a lot of you acquired for years. And at the end of the day, now shit all you gave to our generation. Shit all. That's what this older generation gave to us. Exactly. Professor this, professor that, professor to rig election, professors that are rigging elections. Tell me about them. Tell me about police officers that are actually, protecting criminals. Or tell me a country that is harboring terrorists and giving them money. Than Nigeria and the handlers of Nigeria. I am a professor, this and that. Do you know what I did there? In 1979, I fought for the right to Ekoshi Danu Jare. Ekori Bruku Sigbo, Ekori Bruku Danu, pẹ̀lú funfun tó wà lórí. You fought for women in 1979. Today they are killing women and children. Under what this guy? Under what these guys? I fought for the right of Ekori Bruku Sigbo. Don't tell us that. Now we are at the mercy of fascists. People will tell us that except you do this, if you don't do this, we are going to kill you. How do you deal with that? Oh, you are saying that all the education is a waste. Yes, your generation education is a waste. Especially those of you who suddenly want to turn around and start putting the touch of morality. You, these people, no get respect. You, this Koshidano. Abake Kusigota. Kori Brukunyi Sigbo Koshidano. Kajari front. Am I going to insult that we will walority? No, Abi. Let's say Shoko day your head. You day offended, Abi, for telling the Lori Bruku Abalagbas. That have actually contributed to where we are today. So you feel offended. Oma Bluni. Please, so Moran when you to spanner than him. If you see any Lori Bruku of them, we say any nonsense. Started to push that respect. Am I going to go there? Do your work. If the spanner no reach. Or no, so yeah. If the spanner no reach, I can add 2 more people for you. That's what they do. Don't talk like that. Respect. Meanwhile, these elders come to public to lie shamelessly. And they still want to keep respect. Come on. Kalu has dual citizenship. In Nigeria, in 2015, Bokwari cancelled diplomatic passports for ex-president, ex-governor, ex-this, ex-that, whoever is not in public office that actually deserves it all. So by 2015, I don't know if Tinubu had Nigeria diplomatic passport or the normal passport. I don't know that. Okay. But in 2015, Bokwari cancelled majority, all of them. Which means, and in that same 2015, in October 2015, Kalu was issued a diplomatic passport of Guinea-Conakry. Guinea-Conakry is known as a drug hub, one of the drug hub, a transit hub in West Africa. Connection plus connection shows that Kalu, as a convicted drug heroin trafficker in America, also, and his own team and his group linked to him, they've been to this Gambia and then Equatoria. Sorry, what did they call him again? Guinea Conakry. That was when we realized that Tinubu is Guinea. Now, the Guinea in this name, I may not be pronouncing it right. Oh, sorry if you are a Guinean. If you are a Guinean and you are watching this broadcast, I will be surprised if you understand English. No, I'm not surprised anyway. Okay. If you are anyway, if you are a Guinean or what have you, I don't know how to pronounce it, but in the passport your country gave to one of the drug dealers who is about to become president of Nigeria, he showed up there, say he is Guinean. Now that's a problem. You remember yesterday I told you, I said there are laws in Nigeria. There are laws about who becomes their president or who goes for public office in Nigeria is very clear. Let me explain. For me right now, because of Flora Shaw and Lord Lugard, I am a Nigerian with that green passport. Not by choice, yo. But Nigerian law says, if I pick up nationality of another country, which means I kind of, you see, I am in the UK right now. They don't born me here. Which means if I become British, now by choice, I collect the passport and the citizenship. I am going to go and swear in front of a flag and then the picture of the king and say I pledge as a British and you know, I've not even been like I haven't thought of that anyway. But again, now that means somebody like me, number one, cannot be president of Nigeria. Taye Mafiton. Nigeria Mafi Bajab, anything. So you get, I can never be president of Nigeria. Out. But you see, this my son, Akinola. Yeah. By law, me so waiting Akin won't come be or waiting Kilovera Shembe. I'm just controlati. You see, Akinola is my son. In Mama, okay, no. Akinola's okay, well, in Mama is Scottish. Me, I be Jebu. But let's say Koforola, whose mama is Ijebu, and me Ijebu. Now, let's say Koforola was born here. Koforola will be British by birth. Okay? And at the same time, Nigerian. Koforola with a British passport and this or that, right? Kofo can be Nigeria president. That's what they said their law says so. Because Kofo didn't choose to be born in the UK. She didn't choose to even be born in Nigeria. Me, I didn't choose to be born in Nigeria. If to see they ask us, majority of us will be like, no, I didn't choose it. Oh. But that's just a pun intended. It's just a joke. So it simply means, if to say Kalu Tinubu was born in America, in Guinea Conakry. In Mama and Papa are from Nigeria, but they are living in Guinea. They can't born Kalu in Guinea Conakry. So Kolu, after him papa and mama returned to Nigeria, Kolu decided to be Nigerian, and he's in politics, he's been governor, he's been this or that, no issue. So issue of the president, all he has to say is that, yes, I have citizenship of another place. He denied, he said he didn't. Now, Kolu has committed perjury. The perjury is that Kolu lied under oath. He went to court and he said, he sworn an affidavit, and he said, everything I have submitted in this my presidential application is true. If there's any lie in it, I am liable for it. Jail me 14 years. That's what he said. That's what the law says so. So Kolu denied that he has a citizenship of another country, which is given to him by the government of Guinea Conakry. Now listen to this. Does that mean Kolu has been traveling all over this place all this while under the citizen or the citizenship of or under the Guinean citizenship? You know, diplomatic passport in the first place, a Guinean, a rich politician with private jets from Nigeria, and under a different nationality. Could that be what Tinubu has been traveling all about since? These were the questions they were asking Isale Barack Obama. Alaye, she Tinubu has dual citizenship. Now, so Fashola started Oriental Hotel, that is at the Oshodi terminal, from there to the marina, and the marina to Idumota, from Idumota to when Kolu work at night. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni kí ló ń ṣe léyìí? Ṣebí san lọ́pẹ́ nìyí. You are a lawyer, Abi. You are a son, senior advocate of nonsense, Abi. Baba, it's a simple question. No, ṣé Kolu has dual citizenship? You be the judge. Fashola, ṣé Kolu has, simple question. No, ṣé Kolu has dual citizenship? Is Kolu a Guinean? Simple question. What does that mean? If Kolu is a Guinean and he denied, what does that mean? Simple question. Senior advocate of Nigeria. You are now kind of feeling like people like this deserve respect. When you know that he's intentionally deflecting, convince me or humor me.
Ministry. Never. And he trusted you.
I believe so.
Okay. Let me see if you can help us out with some information. Why is the man you were his chief of staff, I mean, he has so much of controversy around him. And I'm hoping that you might be able to clear the air. There are controversies about his age, his true age, controversies about his true educational status, controversy about his name. In fact, there are controversies about whether or not he has dual citizenship, controversies about his past life in the United States. Can you clear the air about this man?
I think that makes it the more interesting. And I think those issues have been ventilated sufficiently. You know what the Nigerian people have decided? Those issues don't matter. That's what they have said by this vote. And in making that choice, the only thing I can say to you is that every time it got more difficult, I used to tell people this was his path to success. There was no easy way. There's no easy day for him. The more difficult it gets, then you can be sure it's a sure juice. And I think that for somebody who has faced all of these obstacles, I keep referring to when he was, I remember when, when he wanted to be governor. You may or may not recall, for 3 days after the primaries, we couldn't find the state party chairman, the returning officer for the election. And Lagos was in suspense for 3 days until they found the returning officer. And that's the Ashwaju story.
But does he really have a dual citizenship?
That's the Ashwaju story now. And, you know, so the more difficult it gets, the more it brings out the best in him. And for me, I think that now that all of these hurdles have been surmounted, maybe there's a divine purpose to it. Maybe perhaps, just perhaps, this is where Nigeria begins to turn in the most positive way forever. Because sometimes This is just what it takes. Because governance is not about sainthood. It is about efficiency. It is about performance. It is about delivery.
So Bola Tinubu is not a saint?
I am not. I doubt that you are.
No, I am not a saint. I mean,
So,
if you're a saint, you should be in heaven by
at
now.
the end of the day, at the end of the
So,
day,
but the question
at the end of the day, at the
Mr.
end of the
Fashola,
day,
for anybody that will be Nigeria's president, issues of character, issue of consistency in the person's life. Why does he have so much controversy? And the third time I'm asking, does he have a dual citizenship?
Character is important. Character is relevant. You know, I tell people, when you read the story about ministry, never.
And he trusted you.
Did you see that? And it was so ridiculously done that I was like, oh, God. Fashola be this. Like, even if you have to lie, I mean, you don't have to. Kilo can kidnap chairman. What concern kidnap chairman when Tiffin want to be this? His life history, maybe he has a purpose. You know, his life is not a saint. And I mean, come on. And it is deliberate. Because if you go and watch the full interview, it went on to say that people, the APC, Egbekegbe, decided, right, to turn their campaign into a tribal, religious, slaw campaign. He said they do that all over the world to preserve the dignity, to preserve self-preservation of the people. That's why APC decided to say the Igbos are enemies of Yoruba because Tinubu want to be president of Nigeria. He supported that. He was like, well, people will react. When people feel like some people are coming to take over their land or take over their space, they will react now. That is your senior Sansand, as somebody just called him. Senior advocate of nuisance. Ogbeni, answer the question. Shekolu get dual citizenship. Abiko need dual citizenship. Lawyer with Nigerian law. Oh yeah, now you will know that even Fashola know well. Okay, I'm not going to believe that he doesn't know. I think he knows Nigerian constitution as a lawyer, but in this acting, in this drama, he decided to act and pretend to be a stupid person. You know, a stupid person is somebody who doesn't know anything, but who wants to make it up and try and make something up and all of that. Could you even think or believe it? Fashola is Aleko Barack Obama. Don't answer question. Yeah, listen to him.
You read the story about Abraham Lincoln and how he got the bill that ended slavery passed. If you read the process, you will not take the result. Go and read it. So, but it was about doing a good thing at the time. And I'm not saying anything, so nobody should read innuendos to what I'm saying. But all I'm trying to say is that governance is about getting the results. The process is important.
No matter who the person is.
The process can be important. Let me put it that way. But sometimes the people you impact, and there is a level of integrity beyond which you should never compromise anyway. So those are issues that are settled because they are value issues. Societies are built on them. So I should not be misunderstood. But again, you must understand that we must not be looking for saints. So all of the accusations that have been leveled against him have been either unproven or there was no evidence offered in support of them. But they have run along for a while. I know one of them.
Which is?
So they said that he owned the Oriental Hotel.
Does he?
He doesn't. You know, when that story broke, Dele Alake, his
commissioner
image maker then went to him and said, look, boss, this story is making the rounds. I should go and deny it. He said, no, they're wishing me well. Don't deny it. I was there. And the story has gained a life.
Does he have a stake?
No, there was no stake. The place was a swamp. The owners of Oriental Hotel, according to the story, were the people who used to own, I think, Golden Crown on Ikorodu Road, and they wanted to relocate. The whole of that Uzumbamba was a refuse dump, including the place where Jim Movia built Civic Center. I was in government when they gave it to him. We used to recover dead bodies there. So it was like, build something there so that we can protect it. And that was how they came along.
So what about the issue of dual citizenship? This is the fourth time I am asking.
Dual citizenship. I know he carries a Nigerian passport. I don't know about dual citizenship. I know he resided abroad when he went on exile. I don't know if they gave him American citizen there. What does that have to do with the results of the election? And wait a minute. Whilst we are going there, the last time I checked, I think that Nigeria's constitution allows you to have dual citizenship, doesn't it?
As a president, you need to recheck the constitution in
say,
respect of being a president.
No, it's place of birth. It's place of birth. If you were born to Nigerian parents, I think that I will check that, but I doubt that the Nigerian constitution makes it makes you disentitled if you have dual citizenship, because the constitution allows you to have dual citizenship.
I've not gone into the works and housing, and I'm really running out of time.
Because you are pressing very...
Senior advocate of nuisance, Fashola on TV, asking the president, is the constitution same parent, after dodging four times, then he came back to act like he didn't even have a clue. Now on a lawyer, somebody will now face me and say, Mayegun, do you know who Fashola is? Do you know that Fashola? Olofo. That's what you are telling yourselves. Tinubu made people, but look around you. Oshun people who got Aregbe Mugbo, they are around the state bankrupt. There are people they were paying people half salary. Progressives, progressives. Ade Dancer that came in a few months ago is now paying the outstanding. Where is he getting the money from now? For 12 years, APC, the people that Tinubu made, Abi. He made people, if not because he made people. And those of them who actually, even this Fashola, somebody actually said you should call him Fashola, not Fashola. I kind of like calling him Isaleko Barack Obama, somebody that can talk, but all talk, no action. Just talk. If you put them if they are within their midst where they are doing their ranka day, all this nonsense, Now, the Lagos state has no drinking water. The entire metropolis, the entire state, no drinking water, public water, no drinking water. And people are now complaining that the entire place is actually so smelly now. I'm like, oh, okay. That's the aroma. You have the aroma with it, apart from other things. Abi? So he created thieves that worshipped him because they could be taken care of too. How about those places that he sent people to? Their lives are better. Emma Torai. Here you get. Well, it's up to you. So that is why. But the only thing there is that it's like insulting. Look at Fashola. He didn't know the constitution. And we have a time here, turn here and there, trying to buy time, trying to deflect it. A shame. A shame, Unio. Somebody said go to court. Look at the court. Then you can go around court anywhere you want to carry yourself to. Carry yourself to everywhere. Whatever you finish doing with yourselves, I will report it. Because I kind of would love to. You see what I'm doing? This is what I'm doing. This is me telling the truth about the characters that some of you are depending on, hoping they want to change Nigeria. Then once they don't change Nigeria, once Nigeria gets worse and then gets worse and worse and worse, you don't even have the liver to tell them that this is not what you promised us. So how come we are suffering like this now? You told us that But I will use them as an example. If they are doing well, now in our life we go to see they are trying, government is trying, they play, they play. So when you finish with yourselves defending the same rogues, I will bring them here and use them as an example why you should stop. You know what I mean? Just stop. You will always be the loser every time you part with them. For now, They are winning. That's why, when people are attacking themselves and doing all of that, I'm like, well, fair enough. It's in the interest of Kolu anyway. Now you are seeing educated people, they will be sounding like stupid people on TV. Okay? Yeah. Along. Elderly people that you think that they are old people, they'll be sounding like stupid people. They are not stupid, yo. It's deliberate. That's why somebody told me that Kolu is not sick the way they are describing it. Kolu is a ogbologbo criminal. Sure, you get? If you are an ogbologbo criminal when you are young, you will be ogbontarigi, ogboju, ogbologbo criminal when you get older. You don't understand. They say foolish people also get old. When you see somebody who is foolish, it doesn't mean that they're going to die young. Foolish people don't always die young. They grow old too. So when somebody where they foolish, stupid when they young, can't grow older, still stupid, you go now say, I cannot say he's stupid because he's now older. You say stupid old man, or stupid old woman, or foolish old woman. Just say it. Because foolish people also grow old. So is criminals too. Criminals also grow old. Kolu from Ogbontari, Ogbologbo to Ogbontari, Ogboju, Ogbologbole. And in this case, some people believe that he's just acting. You won't see him. They'll be hiding him. Some people believe that too. That he will walk in when it is very close to the inauguration, so that it will be the talk of the town. His image and his video, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, will just be like, hey, I thought they said he's dead. I thought these people, look at how he's walking. Look at his face, he's looking fresh. Look at the way he's carrying his body. He's no longer walking like italic anymore. You know, Tinubu walk like italic. You know? Italic, you know those ones, like that. That's how Tinubu walk. So everything, they'll say, I know, see, he's walking straight. Like people will be like, hey, ho. Then the moment they manage to smuggle him into the old rock, swallow him in and all of that, it will disappear again. From that moment on. Some said that he hasn't even come in. Everywhere. You will see faction in everything, including that your Alabaru Association of Nigeria. You'll be wondering, why is Alabaru Association of Nigeria having faction? Because Kolu will not give room to anything. Now, you are on a journey to the last. This is it's like the last lap of what is about to happen to Nigeria. They will be the cause of Nomio. So in Abuja, I caught the people who are currently feeling the bite, the pang of Kolu and what is still to come. Labour Party. So NLC, they saw them on the street today. They said they are working a solidarity walk in support of the Labour Party chairman that is currently receiving the fire, the punches, and all of that from Apapa, or whatever. Tinubu APC, Egbekegbe to G. As you are hearing that they are still, Naim, no be him, Naim, no be him. No be only Abuja that they track them now. Across Nigeria, where the structure or no structure, so it's been taken over. And all over Nigeria, they are setting up a factional Labour Party group. So you are not going to have a 2 chairmen, 2 chairwomen, I do this or that, excos everywhere. And they are funding them. All of these are just the tip of the iceberg. And like everybody else knows, it is just the job for the boys. Now take a look at this. This happened to be one of the efforts that they made in ensuring that all Labour Party candidates in your 2023 election, to make sure that majority of them never made it to the INEC. So when all of you were asking, she Labour Party no get candidate here, but this is Arabambi. Arabambi demanding ₦1 million. ₦1 million from all the candidates. 1 million naira to send that to him so that he can effect their letter to INEC as a party that sponsored them for election. All of these were behind. You may not have seen them before, okay? And yeah. So within the Labour Party, the money is working. They've become the threat. A lot of people are asking, where is PDP? Shouldn't PDP be the major opposition right now? They came second. But the level at which they are going after this Obi and the obedience kind of make it look like, why are they so interested in them and they are ignoring Atifku? I don't know. It's a big one. But NLC in Abuja, they saw them today and they are there. Solidarity forever. Where is it?
So, in Africa, in Africa.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. Victory, there is victory for all. Victory, there is victory for all. In the struggle for our members, there is victory for all. Forward, forward, ever. Backward, never. In the struggle for our members, there is victory.
Great Nigerian workers.
Great.
Articulate Nigerian workers.
Great.
Solidarity.
Forever.
Solidarity.
Forever.
Welcome, raise.
Oh, who be this person? You know, do articulate bagba. Articulate gbogbo. Articulate gbogbo. Articulate gbogbo. I feel like say this one are just solidarity. Soli. Anyway, they actually dropped a speech, if you don't mind. Please listen.
So, in Africa, in Africa, in Africa, Aluta, victory. Well, thank you, comrades. We are glad to be here at the national headquarters of the Labour Party. It is a courtesy called by the President of the Nigerian Labour Congress, who is an institutional member of the National Executive Labour Party. Felicitate the chairman of Labour Party, LP, LUP, and the Labour Party, the fastest growing party in the globe. And you know, for everything that grows, there will be challenges, both environmental and otherwise. So we are here because the president of NLC has deemed it necessary at this point in time to come and say hello to the party chairman and rub minds with him. But as you know, the president of the largest labour center in Africa cannot move like a thief in the night to other people move. So he has come right at noon in broad daylight, even though most politics are done at midnight. But we workers, that's the difference that Labour Party brings to the table. We do ours openly so that you know where we stand. And it's therefore a deep pleasure for us to be here. The President of Congress will have an open discussion and we still go back inside the office and have an executive discussion also. So, Congress Presidents, Nigerian workers,
Because that's exactly what will eventually happen when the tribunal kick off. It is still going to get more messier. You are dealing with a cartel leader. You are about to witness Paul Biya, Yoweri Museveni. Who else? So I don't remember all their names again. You are about to witness all these career dictators, tyrants in one. And this will be the person who didn't even carry a gun or cock a gun to take that. All he did was just to take over the institutions, buy them over. Anyone could. It just depends on your ambition. Tinubu's ambition and those behind him and in his friends, locally and international. Nigeria is a big catch. You are about to witness what you haven't seen before. The fight that is before you is going to spread like a terror. And you're going to look back and feel like, or maybe I said, Bukwari is better. I hope you won't probably witness that. Some are saying, in Jesus' name, in the name of God, Almighty, this and that, Kolu will never be sworn in. Guess what? I quickly say amen to that. Even though I am not spared, though, now all of us go collect. You see, that's one thing, how to manage an issue like this. You have to be like, I mean, all their evil that they're going to unleash on Nigeria, whether you are in Nigeria or you're not in Nigeria, you could be a victim anytime. So when you are kind of psychologically or mentally prepare yourself, I don't know, well, it seems that you will be able to manage it when it comes your way. That is me. I believe that when I tell you about the danger of what APC represents and how close you are to that danger, I am not spared though. All of us, they inside them. Okay? But it is always good to express this all out there and raise the consciousness of the people who understands who they are. And even when you become their victims, right? There are more people who have known better that are never going to justify them. Because once they don't have any people giving them the blood, I mean the energy to justify their fascism and the rest, even when they bring out all these old men, old women, these ones we tied to, that one we tied to bully you, to blackmail you, use your chance to say the truth when you know the truth. As they say, when you know better, you should do better. Okay? So the man will buy the ticket for Kolu himself, right? He don't tire. See, he doesn't even know why INEC is doing what they are doing. It's unexplainable, and it is actually not an end in itself. It is a mean to an end. Babashir Lawa, the grass cutter.
An image to redeem, no matter how small, because it beats imagination of any sensible, normal human being what INEC has done. They have completely surrendered to brigandage. They have lost conscience, sense of normal conscience. They have lost the sense of normal decorum. They have thrown due process, law and order out of the door. So I don't know what else is remaining for INEC to do to redeem its image. I'm sorry to say this because I was one of those who, over the years, canvassed the view that INEC should be trusted on account of my previous experiences and knowledge of the workings of INEC. But in this election season, they have chosen to throw all caution to the wind. Whatever it is that is driving them, I do not know. But it's something I know, an image they will leave for their children to pay, because it's completely disgraceful. It's as if they have chosen to be enemies of the country. They have chosen to throw the country into anarchy, or if possible, even civil war, by what they have done, by the cavalier manner in which they've gone about their duties to the citizens of the country. So that is my...
What's going on, Christian? What's going on, Christian?
Babashir Lawal is tired. So are many other people who are now realizing that it be like say this war where Kolu waged, even Bokwari coward. The cow Bokwari as well. You won't believe it. And that is why some people are thinking maybe there is actually last thing that Bokwari want to pull to stop Tinubu. That they haven't pulled yet. Because everything that they used to try to stop him within their own APC, alaye tira everybody. Owo gbana, owo koko. I've been told blood money tí ò ní rival ni. They say the cocoa money is so big, so large, that crude oil money are just aside. So Kalu bought everyone buyable. And here you are. Even Babashir Lawal, who happened to be the former secretary to the government of Nigeria. That's somebody with a high security clearance, if Nigeria had anything called security clearance anyway. Babashir Lawal is like number 3 person in government of Bokwari at the time. See him talking there like, what I have seen, honestly speaking, I don't know. You know what I mean? That's what APC would do to you. Now the obedient, can't they be like, say they're too stubborn? Coconut head, they call themselves, because every propaganda they have turned against, on them, just seems not to work or push them away or discourage them. Now they have to gaslight them and bully them. In fact, set them up for attacks. That's the next thing, right? As we speak. And that seems not to also working. It's not working, right? What is today's date? Today is 17th. Now, if today is 17th of April, 2 days, the tribunal will open. I've also discovered that there is no appeal court inside the presidential petition case, or inside the presidential petition in Nigerian law. So it simply means the tribunal is going to do their thing. After the tribunal do their thing, 120 days. So within 60 days, they have to go to Supreme Court. Now the Supreme Court will now rule. So within that 60 days, Supreme Court will have to give them day of ruling. Sure you get. That's when you will now know if Kalu is going to be your president or not. But as we speak, they are about to replay the Lagos card that they played in 1999. Nobody said people didn't rise up to stop the drug dealer from becoming a governor. They did, though. But guess what? It was too late. You know what happened? The people that were supposed to stop him, they've been bribed. Security agents that were supposed to release the information and stop him, they've all been bribed. So they were told to go to court. It was Gani Fawemi that went to court, right? The government agents that investigated the Tinubu and had all this information, they didn't provide that for Gani. Gani had to go out there and get all those information himself. But do you know something? They started stalling in court. By the time the court is finally going to show up, that okay, bring the case. There were just days before Kalu's inauguration as governor, 1999. By the time Gani Fawemi was going to court, Gani Fawemi was no longer suing a criminal, a drug dealer who is about to become governor. He is now fighting a drug dealer governor who has all of the resources to fight and defend himself until they have to force what is called out-of-court settlement. They may never tell you that story. Tinubu was never cleared of anything. Not that this whole thing was never kind of tried in Nigeria. It was tried in Nigeria. Those who said that Tinubu's drug case was never tried in Nigeria, including Festus Otobo Keyamo, they are dishonest and they deserve nobody's respect. Don't respect people like that. Okay? Don't let anybody tell you to respect them, okay? Bullshit them. Give it to them as you should. And hold your respect because they won't earn it. They haven't. They tried to stop Tinubu also because of his falsified certificate. That was the one that made it to their media. Yeah, that's the one that made it to their media. That he gave the wrong, he gave a false primary school and secondary school educational info, which he never went, according to him. Or he went or he just manufactured them. A perjury, he committed 24 years ago. Somebody fought it, too, but the system defended him because he had immunity. So same thing is what they are banking on right now. You go to the tribunal has already wasted about 40 days. Normally, you are supposed to go to the tribunal within 60 days, they say. Within 30 days, yeah? 28 days, you have to go to the tribunal. Now, the tribunal waited before they even constituted the tribunal. They first waited for weeks. Now, Tinubu himself was dodging those who were serving him the petition. He was dodging them until they have to go back to court again and get another court order that said they could post it to him. Now, the confusion right now is that even though his lawyers have received it, they said they've received the petition and they've responded to the petition as well. Nobody knows where Kalu is.
And nobody's going to say where he is. But in 2 days' time, they are going to open the tribunal. 120 days is what they are going to use. They have 120 days to give a verdict. Now, 120 days is 4 months. So they are going to inaugurate Kolu next month. Mayego is not going to happen. I hear that all the time. And I say amen to it. So anyway, yeah, for those of you probably still working on that, this is the 10 most indebted states in Nigeria and how much they owe. Lagos State owes 1.3 trillion naira. No water, no light, no road, no hospital, no schools, and nothing. They actually could cater for the population of Lagos State. Kaduna is the second indebted state in Nigeria with 340 billion. Ogun State is the third with 331 billion. Dakpo. How many times I call you? Dakpo. Oma Shewon. I don't even know if that is even anything that's going to happen. Because, I mean, Dagbo Abiodun, I used to track the debt of Ogun State. Are you with me? Now, 331 billion in 4 years. So, plus Amosun, these are APC, Egbekegbe, and the Ogun State people. When they share that money, you know how much that is? Every person in Ogun State, with the population of about 6 million, right? Divide that with that 331 billion. Everybody in Ogun State, including you watching me right now, the debt that you owe, the one that they call the local debt, 331 billion. Your share is about 230,000 naira from the Gbese of Ogun State, from the debt of the entire debt of Nigeria, which is over 60 trillion naira. I'm sorry, over 80 trillion naira debt of Nigeria. Now, when they divide all of that all together, about your share is about 900,000 naira, whether you are working or you are not working, whether you are living in Nigeria or you are not living in Nigeria. With that green passport, all of us be unique basic because of this APC. Anyway, see more. You have Delta DL. Delta is one of the highest earner of the monthly allocation from Abuja because Delta is oil producing state. They also collect 13% derivation, right? But currently the debt of Delta State is actually over 900 billion naira, nearly 1 trillion naira, the total debt of the Delta State. Thank you, Okowa. Then in Cross River State, where you have the Olympotic Meri, Abi Peri, the Ojaja Itla, the Calabar Little Itla. See the debt DL. You have rivers too, where Werewike is reigning supreme. Apart from the stolen money that they have said, right? This is local debt. The total debt of River State is also over 1 trillion naira, local and international. Anyway, when you share that among the Riverians, you know what everyone holds there. All of you should bring out your calculator and put the population of your state beside this indebted state. Compare the development in those states. And then, just put that side by side, whatever you think they must have used the money for in your state. Put them side by side and then kind of judge if they in any way relate. I mean, in any way correlate, Abi. While you are doing that, Wike, who knows that in another 40 days, he will become ex-governor of River State. And he's invested enough in this Tinubu's presidency and so, yeah. And it is ideal to remind them, if you balance in when you are writing the names of those who are going to get something, don't forget, Baja, sure you remember, my balance, I no go get work again after May 29. Say, don't worry, Wike, you are welcome. You did well. You see, that's in Baja, that story on Premium Times that Obi won River State. Don't believe them, I don't want you to believe them. Okay? Ashiwaju won River State. I did my best for Ashiwaju. So, this is the man currently lobbying. Do not share me. Don't let the word share me. We are just a few days away. What is Ashiwaju saying? Where is Ashiwaju? What is he saying about appointment and all that? I haven't heard anything. You, Baja. All this while they told me you are in France. I'm glad that I saw you online, that you are back. You are discussing sharing formula in National Assembly. Ẹ má gbàgbé mi o, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má fi mí ṣẹlẹ́yà o. That's exactly what interpretation I got from that clip. I saw that image. All in all, they are grouping, and they are grouping on how to further share whatever is left of Nigeria. I'll break the rest of it up. But the only victim, or those who are going to be the victims, are most of you right now here abusing me or criticizing or fighting yourselves on their behalf. One day, you're going to realize that when you stop fighting yourselves, that is actually when we can start, fighting these criminals. For now, let everybody keep getting experience from what Nigeria has to teach you. As they say, or should I pray, may Nigeria not happen to you before you realize that it is a wasted effort, futile, okay? The people, the demons that are hovering over Nigeria, they are not with wings. They are not with rowing eyes. They are not what you think they are. They are not spirit. They are not in whatever other things you make up. They are those who are wearing those designer shoes and babariga, well-starched babariga, and all that. Those are the demons. They don't sleep. And until you stop defending any of them, simply because they are from your tribe, or simply because they are from your region, or because you have benefited one time ago when one of them actually helped you to help you get a job. So yeah, you hold them, fine. But defending all what they have done and what they are doing, well, just know that you won't be spared, okay? Just like nobody is spared from the consequences of all of their actions. It's just a reminder. I'm going to go make a cup of tea. Now I'll take calls, okay? Just before I go to bed. And then we'll call it a night. But if you are pretty much still with us, do me a favor. See, let me show you something. I got an information here that I have just 40 more subscribers, and then we're going to cross that mark on YouTube. We're just going to cross 80,000 subscribers. And I think that's possible tonight if you have been following my Egon for a while and you haven't actually subscribed. Maybe you should now, if you want to. Just thought I should remind you, everyone. Now, when I get back, we will take calls, okay? And at this point also, you can also like the broadcast. Over 3,000 of us are currently on YouTube. I kind of love that number. Over 2,000 of us. Over 3,000, over 4,000. That's quite an impressive number. But you can make your presence known by liking that broadcast, okay? As you also go make yourself a cup of tea. Or I will be back.